What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Goose Games. It is your boy, the Goose, and the Goose is loose, baby. We are coming here live to you at 3:52 a.m. Friday morning, having just finished episode 5, still titled episode 5 of WandaVision. Wow. So right off the bat, spoiler warning. I'm not gonna wait. I am gonna talk about the big reveal at the end of the episode right off the bat, so I'm spoiling it. If you don't want to see it, back out now. But after I talk about it, I'm gonna go into like my rundown of the episode. But right off the bat, holy shit. Evan Peters is seemingly recast as Pietro, according to Darcy. So we know Evan Peters played Quicksilver in X-Men. And alright, you know what? I'm going to save my theories about what happened there for the end. But if that moment didn't make sense to you, if you haven't seen the X-Men movies, that was the Quicksilver in the X-Men movies. So, that has a lot of implications, but let me work my way through the episode first. I'm gonna go over like I don't have like a full rundown, so don't tell me I'm missing moments. I just kind of have the things I wrote down as highlights or observations, and I'll go through them, and anything that triggers a bigger thought will go there. All right, so they can't get the babies to sleep at the beginning of the episode. They're right where we left off, I believe, or are they already in the Full House set? I think they're already in the Full House set, yeah. And she tries to make the kids go to sleep, and it doesn't work. So her magic can affect the children for some reason. I think that's a big deal. Like they laugh at her essentially. So, and then Wanda says we need help, and Agnes arrives right on cue. Something Vision comes to notice later is not incidental or consequential, it seems. Or coincidence, I should say. My apologies, it's late. Then as Vision is talking to Wanda, because there's this moment where basically Vision doesn't want Agnes to hold the kids. I think he feels trepidation about her because she wasn't honest with him in the previous episode at the fence with not Norm. Oh, what's the other guy's name? Damn it. I don't know. But that moment, I think he doesn't trust her. But then, as if the scene was supposed to go to her holding it, she goes, "You want me to hold the babies. Do you want to take that again?" As if they're recording a TV show and Wanda missed her spot or missed her cue. Like, as an actor, that would be like if you're rehearsing and an actor looks at you and goes, "No, you fucked up your line. Let's go back a minute." It was very strange. And Vision tries to talk to Wanda about it. And Vision has this moment where he's like, "Did you genuinely not see what I saw?" Like, he can't tell if she's being purposefully naive or if he's seeing something she isn't. But either way, he's concerned. And then while that's happening and they're talking on the side, Agnes is watching the babies, and she sprays perfume over them. And she says, what does she say? Did I write it down? She perfumes the babies. I can't remember what she says it is. Some kind of fragrance or something, but it seemed a little odd because right after that, the kids age up to about 5. So I don't know if that was just a funny moment or if Agnes, who a lot of people think is Agatha Harkness, a witch from the comics, because she says her and Ralph's anniversary is June 2nd. That's the beginning of the Salem witch trials. And she's not identified by S.H.I.E.L.D. in the previous episode, so who is she? And a lot of people think she's a witch. And whatever she sprayed on the kids could have been what gave them the ability to age. Just a thought. And then we get the opening. The like stylized opening, and the brush at the beginning painting Vision is being controlled by chaos magic. And the easy implication is it's Wanda, But my thought is there somebody else in this world that can use the magic that Wanda uses with her hands? The red magic, the chaos magic? Is there somebody else using that magic in this world? That could be big. In the opening, they did like a baby with Vision's like skin color and everything, and it was pretty funny. I liked that a lot. Then it cuts to Monica being briefed after coming back, and then immediately into a big briefing with sword agents and everything, where Hayward calls up Jimmy Woo to the front to share info and then like mocks him. He's such a cunt. I don't know if it's because Jimmy Woo is from the FBI or he just doesn't like him. I don't know what it is, but he's really condescending. Um, let's see. And then Monica, for the first time, starts to stick up for Wanda. And Tyler Hayward is very much trying to paint Wanda as the villain. He's saying that, like, all these thousands of hostages, he says. That's huge. The thousands? We've only seen, like, 7 to 13 people in Westview, it feels like. Thousands of people are hostage, so that's big. But she's saying that she doesn't believe there's any hostile intent behind it. She thinks it's though she doesn't say it, but it seems like she's saying Wanda's lost control of her power and doesn't know what's happening. She says this line that's very interesting. She says it was grief that was controlling her. So that's clearly the main emotion Wanda's feeling to make all of this happen. So they can feel that as Wanda, because we come to learn from Norm that it hurts them physically. And Wanda is controlling their minds. So we come to learn that it affects them physically. And that is scary. But Monica still sticks up for Wanda. Let's see what I have next. Then we get the scene of Wanda breaking into Sword and stealing Vision's body. I hope we get to see the real scene at some point. And there's a shot in a trailer that looked like it wasn't CCTV of that moment, like security footage. It looked like the real moment being shot, so I hope we see that eventually. But yeah, she steals the body, and Hayward says very confidently that she resurrected Vision. He doesn't elaborate. He just says he's resurrected. And she did it. How would she do that? It was 9 days prior that she stole the body, and now Vision is walking around. I think this is where Agnes, I think she, in the 9 days, I think Wanda found a real witch, Agnes, and was like, how do I use my powers to bring him back? And Agnes went to a higher power, probably Mephisto or Nightmare, and was like, this could be huge. And now there's like a line of people manipulating. So I think Wanda looks at Agnes as a helping hand because she's helping Vision come back to life, which is why in the reality, Wanda sees Agnes as a help. But notice, Vision, our point of view character, in my opinion, I said in my last episode, he's the everyman. And he notices that she's not all trustworthy. Later, when she comes in with the doghouse, how the hell did she know that? How did she know we would have that? Vision notices. So I think she has Wanda under a hex that Vision will be the key to noticing. He'll notice that Agnes has control over Wanda or influence or something. She has awareness to a higher plot. And I think her husband Ralph, who is still missing, and we got another reference to, I believe, today, is Mephisto, most likely. I think he's the devil. Because there still feels like outside influences. The scene where the dog dies, I don't think Wanda manipulated that because she's saying all the things she doesn't want to have to say. The only way Wanda made that happen is if she is subconsciously making herself face that truth of not being able to bring people back from the dead, but clearly it doesn't. Because that was very much the same thing that I felt during the For the Children thing. So you notice For the Children was a 1 episode arc, and she had kids. Then there's that whole scene, bring him back, Mom. Bring him back. You can do anything. There are no rules. Bring him back. They're not talking about Sparky. And at the end of the episode, we see what that higher power, whatever that is, trying to bring him back, I guess. Or maybe this is one that is Wanda's control, but it didn't. She says, I didn't make that doorbell ring. But let me keep working my way through the episode. So the kids control their own aging, which is wild. Agnes never notices the magic happening. She doesn't notice the kid's age. She makes the collar appear, and Vision is like, hey, stop using your magic. And she's like, yeah, fuck it. She's getting a little loose with the rules, as if she's getting comfortable within her own reality. So let me see. Then we find out they're referring to it as the Hex. And Captain Marvel comes up, and Monica defers. Monica defers as if there's... I don't know if she just doesn't want people to know she knows Carol, or maybe the last time they met, it didn't go great. Maybe that's what we pick up in Captain Marvel 2. 11 minutes, okay, not too bad. Then we go to... Oh, well, then Monica points out that Wanda is rewriting her own reality. When my eyes deviate, I'm looking at my notes, guys. I think I said that at the beginning, but I feel self-conscious that I'm not always looking as an actor. I think always up, eyes up. But, oh well. She says Wanda is rewriting reality. And they realize that because what Monica came out of the world in the costume, because she went in with a Kevlar vest, her costume came out Kevlar. Which means Monica is not necessarily creating, she's altering matter, it seems. But then children are born, so who the fuck knows? The kids notice the irregularities I wrote. Oh, well, then Vision's at work. More hints at Vision. You're like a computer. And he brings Norm out of his consciousness and back to who he is. And Norm is trying to contact his family. And then he tells Vision that he's in pain. And everything that is happening is not him, it's forced. So, that's a massive revelation. Then I put the kids notice the irregularities. I can't quite remember what that moment's in relation to. I thought they said maybe Dad's dead or Viz is dead. And then she's like, what? No. When she like goes down to their level and lectures them. And that's the moment. Family is forever, they say. And that's the moment. Sorry, I'm holding a brush now. Oh, there it is. My computer screen just glitched, so I can no longer read my notes. Hold on. I have to like find the mouse and then drag it over to my other monitor. Technical issues. Alright, well, I'm not getting my notes back because my laptop's glitching out, but I'll just wing it from here. So basically, after that, we're getting to the end, and Vision starts to stand up to Wanda. He starts to say, like, you're hurting people. And he gets really emotional very quickly. And even Wanda says, you've never spoken to me like this. And Vision has this very honest moment where he's like, I am terrified. I don't know who I was before Westview. All I know is now. And then Wanda like talks him down like, you're a father, you're my husband. And Vision keeps pushing her, and she's like, so you think I'm creating everything, but I'm not. And she's very adamant. It feels like Scarlet Witch is pleading her case. And it's also funny, they made a point to make it clear she's never been called the Scarlet Witch in the MCU, because Hayward asked Jimmy Woo if she has any aliases, and he says no. So apparently she's not the Scarlet Witch yet. Maybe she'll become the Scarlet Witch with Agnes. But then a doorbell ring occurs, and Wanda says, well, I didn't do that. And Vision is like, come on. And she's like, what, you don't believe me? And he's like, I wish I could. Then she goes to the door, and as she opens the door, she looks shocked. And then Darcy comes up and is like, what's happening? The camera turns, and it's Evan motherfucking Peters. oh my God. And then Darcy says, I can't believe this is the line she said. She said, did she recast Pietro? That's literally what they've done, essentially. But how would Wanda have the reality to recast him? Like, I really hope this does not mean the recasting was random and this isn't the Quicksilver from Fox. I just realized this could mean that. I hadn't had that thought yet. But when she says she recast Pietro, if this is all just Wanda, what that would entail would be a random person is now playing Pietro. A random person from their world has been dropped into Pietro. Now, this is leading into the multiverse of madness, as we know, and this is another moment that makes me think there's another power involved here. Somebody with a little more awareness of this power, like Agatha Harkness or Agnes or Mephisto the Devil. And I think this because she genuinely seems surprised that Pietro comes back. Now, she probably manifested it, but that has to be related to the fact that he's the Quicksilver from Fox. I can't see that it's not. I think that was the multiverse cracking open right there. I mean, well, really, it was J. Jonah Jameson in Spider-Man 2. But that, I think, whoever the other power is, I think they might be responsible for the censoring. I think they're responsible for some of the influences that are being pushed. Like the for the children, bring him back. And both things, seemingly, the for the children and the bring him back, created life again. So I don't know if that has any significance. But we're going to need answers about Evan Peters. Is this Quicksilver from Fox? Did he get ripped out of another reality from the multiverse and dropped into ours? Or is he just somebody random from our reality? Who was he before that moment? I can't imagine. It's Marvel. He's going to be Evan Peters. He's going to be Quicksilver from Fox. Because this is Marvel and they're not going to half-ass this. But yeah, I think that was awesome. I really enjoyed that episode. I There's so much to think about as to where we go next. We still don't know who the missing person is that started all of this for the FBI case. The only people we haven't seen in this story are Ralph and the missing person, so I tend to believe they're the same person. And I also think while Wanda and Vision they seemingly were adversaries there, I think Monica is going to end up being the person that's right. Because I think there's another person in play. Wanda has a lot of control. She's too powerful not to. Whether a higher force is manipulating her, they can't control her. They can subdue her and manipulate her and put her in certain situations, but they'll never be able to control her. And I think we're going to have to find out where the lines are. Is Vision going to fully embrace the fact that Wanda's the villain and attack her and go for her? I don't know. At what point will this higher power be revealed? What was that glitch moment with Agnes tonight? What was that leading to? The commercial in tonight's episode was about paper towels. The only thing it made me feel was like this is all a cover-up, because at the end they say like clean up your own mess and they wipe it all away, which makes me think, oh, so this is all a cover-up, which makes me think Tyler Hayward, maybe the missing person is fake. This was all just a cover-up to get Vision's body back. Maybe the false reality was created by S.W.O.R.D. to try to kill Wanda and she took over it, because clearly they're fine with killing her because they tried to with the missile. Oh, I didn't even talk about the moment where she breached. She breached and was like, leave me alone. I have everything I want. And then she like seemingly threatened to kill Hayward, went back in her reality and was like, fuck off and leave me alone. So I don't know where we go next between Wanda and Sword. I'm sure they'll try to infiltrate again. And it's going to be what's going to happen with Agnes. I'm assuming Vision is going to attack her, maybe next episode. Um, in terms of, I don't know if you guys saw, but um, so this is a theory, but potential spoilers, I guess. So, well, spoilers for The Mandalorian, for sure. So, at the end of season 2 of The Mandalorian, I'm about to spoil this, Luke Skywalker has a scene. And somebody asked her, is there a moment akin to that in WandaVision? And all Elizabeth Olsen said was yes. Who the fuck could that be in Marvel? What Marvel character, or like in our current scope? So that means Fantastic Four, X-Men, Spider-Man, Raimi, Amazing Spider-Man, everything. These are all the universes that are seemingly going to come together. If this series has a massive reveal at the end, who's it going to be? The obvious theories are a lot of people thought Quicksilver, well, he's back. Unless Aaron Taylor Johnson came back, but I don't foresee that happening. I really think that was a hard recast. Um, I think it could be Magneto. That's my personal pick. I think it would be either Fassbender, probably Fassbender. Maybe it would be multiple Magnetos, Fassbender, McKellen, and the new one, whoever the new Magneto is. I've heard Giancarlo Esposito may be playing him. A lot of people think Daniel Craig would be good. No casting has been confirmed, but we shall see. We did have confirmed this episode that Wanda and Pietro in this universe are not the kids of Magneto. They said his name, their father's name, during the briefing. It wasn't Eric Lenscher, so it's not Magneto. So that won't be a thing. But I don't know, Magneto. Maybe he'd be trying to save an oppressed mutant in Wanda. Professor X is another theory. Some people think maybe Spider-Man, like Tobey Maguire, Doctor Strange. I don't know, but I think Evan Peters tonight opened the door to the multiverse, and by the end of this series, I think it's going to be fully ripped open with Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield, Doc Ock, everybody. Um, I still don't think Wanda's going to end up as a villain after this. Maybe she'll be a force so out of control she can't be contained, similar to the Phoenix. But I don't think she'll be a clear-cut villain. I really believe she's being manipulated by somebody else, and who that is, we shall see. The clear contenders for me would be Mephisto, Nightmare. Um, who was the one character I've heard? Mojo, I think his name was. He's like this creature that has like he controls his reality as a TV network he controls. Wild stuff. But thank you guys for watching my video. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I definitely did, and I'm really excited for next week. So thank you guys for hanging out. If you can please like the video, comment down below, and share this. I got to grow my subscriber count. We're on our way to 100, and every subscription counts. So thank you guys for hanging out. Goose out.